Hi, my name is Dr. Tanya, and I'm here today to talk to you about treating addiction. Specifically, I'm going to use alcoholism as an example. Treating addiction is a, a behavior treatment. It's about changing behavior. And so I'm going to talk about what that means exactly when I talk about changing behavior, because changing behavior is not easy to do. It's like a bad habit that you have to unlearn, and it has to be approached in a way that isn't a vicious cycle. Many people have a hard time quitting because they keep trying the same things to quit and it doesn't work. And so they're in this sort of vicious cycle of trying to quit and they can't quit, and then trying to quit and they can't quit. And so we're going to talk about how to break out of that vicious cycle and how to turn it into successes instead of feeling like you're stuck. Essentially, addiction is a maladaptive coping skill to meet underlying needs. And so when treating addiction, there's really three components that have to happen. One is the motivation to change, and two is identifying the needs that you have in your life, and then three is finding a way to get the needs met in a healthier manner. Life skills, really. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about each of these concepts. So I'm going to talk about how I look at treating addiction as a holistic process, that changing behavior in one area is actually, studies show, works better if you start in maybe not the hardest area to change, but something else that you might feel more motivated to change. And so how when you change one area, other areas also begin to change. And so I'm going to talk about sort of that approach, that let's not look at the hardest area that you may want to change, like I want to quit drinking. Let's look at something easier, it's more manageable. You want to go with that. Go with what motivates you. Go with what inspires you. Like, what do you feel like doing? So when I talk about change, also I talk about change in mind, body, and spirit. And when I say changes in the mind, I mean changes in thinking, that this is about learning how to change your thinking. Changes in the body means about learning how to change to be healthier, to go to the doctor, to take your medicine if you're supposed to take medicine, to exercise, to eat healthier, to sleep more, sleep regularly, to create a regular schedule, to change your physical space around you. Your environment is about your health as well. And then when I talk about spirit, I don't necessarily mean the supernatural, although for some people that is spirit, or spiritual is about the supernatural, but I'm talking about what lifts your spirits. What lifts your spirits? And think about that. What does that look like for you? Going to the beach? Going for a walk? Taking a hike? Going for a swim? Hanging out with your pet? Hanging out with your children? Hanging out with children? Photography? Knitting? What's your hobby? What are you passionate about? What makes you happy? Art? You want to look at, maybe you're needing to spend time in groups. Be around other people. Does that lift your spirits? Maybe you're very social. Do some volunteering. Do you need to join a church, political organization, an art group, a women's group, a men's group? You want to start thinking about what lifts your spirits. All of these things can help you when you're trying to implement change in your life. You're trying to interrupt patterns, current patterns that you have right now, And so it's not, you don't want to keep trying things that don't work. You want to try new things and new patterns, and you want to push yourself to get out of your comfort zone. If you're in your comfort zone and doing the things that you've always done, you're going to get the results that you've always gotten. And so if you want a new result, this is about thinking outside the box. This is about getting out of your comfort zone. And if you're feeling uncomfortable, you're probably doing the right thing. You're probably going in the right direction, because you're pushing yourself out of this comfort zone that you've been in this stuck place, which has led to this addictive pattern, which is not working and actually causing more problems than you started with. So we're talking about creating new life skills and breaking old patterns in order to make room for these new life skills. And I'm going to go more into that into the next videos. See you soon.